Remember we played that pickup basketball game?
Oh, man, at Adam Levine house? I didn't know what you look like. You know what I mean? I just
helmets.
see. And here's this dude flying up the court, taking off from the free throw line. I'm like, who is this dude? Like, he gotta be somebody. He was like, man, I'm Julian Edelman. I said, man, get the fuck out of here.
Today we two-time All-Star, UCLA great, Warriors legend, Baron Davis. And we're talking in this episode that we believe Warriors.
It was like a moment for the Bay. It kind of like started a new chapter.
100%. This was the last time I was a Warriors fan.
Yeah.
I remember everyone calling Oracle Roracle.
Oracle.
You know, this place was going crazy, and it wasn't like that my whole life. Can you put in context how good this team was this year for the Mavericks?
Yeah, 67 wins is very, very tough. This was their year. They were wiping through the entire league.
Yeah.
They won't beat them. This will be an entertaining series, but Dallas will.
I had invited Kate Hudson, Snoop, Jessica. I was like, yo, we gonna close this shit out. I invited all my friends.
You won't believe what NBA legend surprises us during our post-guest segment.
Whoa,
What's going on here? Games with Names is a production of iHeartRadio. Welcome to Games with Names. I'm Julian Edelman. They're Jack and Kyler, and we're on the mission to find the greatest game of all time. On today's episode, we're covering Game 6 of the first round of the 2007 Western Conference playoffs between Goliath, the Dallas Mavericks, and David, the Golden State Warriors, with an 18-year NBA veteran, two-time All-Star, UCLA great, and Warriors legend, Baron Davis. And we're talking in this episode that we believe Warriors.
Classic squad.
Classic.
Oh, my God. Those guys caught fire.
He had some good stuff to say about that. About the city, the environment, the atmosphere.
City behind them.
Some wild stories. First time he met you. It's a fun one.
Getting hot in the NBA with the legendary run.
At the right time, baby.
Legendary run.
That was so sick.
A lot of good stuff this episode.
And you won't believe what NBA legend surprises us during our post-guest segment.
In our little old Games with Names studio.
Coming to see us.
You got it.
Moving on up.
You got to stick around to the very, 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 very end.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
May 3rd, 2007. Oracle Arena, Oakland, California.
The 8th seed Warriors have the number 1 seed Mavericks on the brink of elimination.
Everybody counted the boys from the Bay out, but we believe this
Game
is
6
of the 2007 Western Conference first round. Welcome to Games with Names, Baron Davis. We are so happy to have you here. We got Jack, Kyler. They also are on the show. And let's start it off quick. Why'd you choose this game?
For me, I think it was like a moment for the Bay.
Yeah.
Where it kind of like started a new chapter.
100%.
You know what I mean? And so, you know, for me watching this game and bringing this game up, it was really about the resilience, right? Because if you watch the entire series in every game, you'll see that we slowly started like running out of gas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
juice.
We had it was leading up to it was like exhausting because we were having so much fun and we start winning and catching, you catch a streak and we caught something, and then when it got close, it was like it became super intense because every game we had to win. You know, I remember getting kicked out of a game or some shit. Steven Jackson got you know what I mean? It was like every time you fuck up, you know what I mean? The last 4 games could cost you, and we were not expected to go to the playoffs.
No, would you guys go, what, 14-6?
Yep.
14-6, and the last 21, best in the league. You were the hottest team. I remember this time. I mean, I was so happy to get you in here in the Nut House to talk about this game because this was the last time I was a Warriors fan.
Yeah.
You know, like this was, what, 2006, 2007, that year. And then, like, 2 years later, I went to Boston, and then the new regime came. But you guys, like, kicked that up. I mean, I remember everyone calling Oracle Roracle.
Roracle.
You know, this place was going crazy. And it wasn't like that my whole life. I mean, you grew up in L.A., so you're a Lakers guy.
Yeah. But the Laker fans ain't like that, bro.
No.
Man, ain't nothing like that. Like nothing like Roracle or Oracle, because I remember my first game, I came off the bench, went to the scores table, came in, and like people were standing up clapping.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, they happy to see me. And it was packed. So the people were there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were just disappointed that we were losing.
Yeah.
Right? And it was hella quiet. They didn't really have much to cheer about, but it got loud in moments, in spurts. This shit, when the We Believe thing came, it was like every person that was coming out their house that was watching on TV was like, fuck that, I'm going to the game. Something about to happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so people just, you could feel it in the street. It wasn't like, oh, you're a celebrity or, you know, you play. It was just like, man, let's go. Oh, you want to eat? Boom. Hey, make sure they get, you know what I mean? It was like the whole city, like everywhere we went, they was really like all the way in, like bought in, you know what I mean?
And you guys jump-started that because, you know, 4 years later, they started getting, you know, the other guys. But, like, the Bay wasn't always like that for basketball. No. I grew up in the Bay. You know, it was a Giants, Niners town.
Yep.
This is like the moment. I mean, back in the day, that was before my time. They had some, you know, some good teams, but this was the jump start. Is this the greatest game of all time?
No. Hell no. I don't know.
We ask everyone.
Hell no.
Now, what's life looking like right now?
For me, so I'm you know, producing content.
Yeah.
And then I'm hosting these, you know, events for like investments, financial literacy, just trying to bring athletes, entertainers into a world of us where we can all win on deals, you know what I mean? And we can all support each other, whether it's a doc, a story, like there should be an ecosystem and a platform. So I've been building slick sports, lifestyle, and culture and big business inside the game to be like really like an ecosystem capture for us as athletes to share ideas, share investments, share our story, you know what I mean? And then own the platform, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you were telling me you're going around, you basically throw these, what is it, a business convention, these 3-4 day clinics.
Yep.
Everyone goes there, they speak their experience, which I'm a super fan of because I've dealt with, you know, my production company and my merch brand with my team. We've been very entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
And whenever you see other athletes going out and being entrepreneurs, that's awesome because we all know the big companies. You know, they make the deals.
They make the deals all day.
But if you got some hungry dudes that are relentless.
Totally.
I mean, look at the McAfees of the world.
Yep.
You know, you look at the Peyton Mannings and all these guys that are stacking freaking Barnes.
Stacking Matt Barnes.
Their podcast, like Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
Like all these guys that
the knuckleheads, Quentin Richardson and Darius Miles.
Without a doubt. It's going to be, I mean, that's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's good because, you know, we were talking about that today. Or just now, it was like media is different now. It's like I want to do this more than I want to promote myself. You know what I mean? And so like you can open up, you can be yourself, and then what's better than like athlete to a fan, right? Sometimes you go on these podcasts and things like that, and it's like you don't really like it's clickbait, right? Are they trying to get you to like chime in on some shit that, they trying to catch you in a moment. Like, hey, what do you think about the game? It's like, man, I ain't even really watched the game. It was like, podcast over. It's like, you know what I mean? They're like, what do you think about this? Like, man, I ain't really been tapped in. Like, they hate that. But, like, for an athlete, it's like we can talk about teams without watching because there's certain insight. Yeah. You know what I mean? With media, they're like facts and opinion and like a big ass ball of a melting pot of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they want to hear what they want to hear.
Yeah.
They don't always want to hear like what the athlete feels. They want to talk about the game.
Yeah.
What about? These are regular people.
All day.
And it's a movie and it's a show to everyone. It's crazy. But what are some things that people don't know about athletes in retirement?
Oh, that's a good one. That we know more than the sport we play. That we just really trying to chill. You know what I mean? If we with a group of people and we're having like dinner and lunch, you know what I mean? Like we just trying to be normal citizens.
Yeah.
I would say that. And then also a lot of things they don't know about is the athlete entrepreneur side.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're so caught up in what we did, what we accomplished, right? You never really get an opportunity to know the person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think it's a letdown, right, when you're retired because it's like, yeah, man, I can talk about sports all day, but like this is life after retirement. This is the new version of me, right?
Tell us about the podcast. We did it.
Yeah, big business inside the game. You crushed it.
I
mean, the winning attitude, the championship spirit. Hey, bro, don't get me started when it comes to the podcast. They got to see you. I was fired up. I drove, picked my kids up, gave them the lesson. I started training them. They passed out. I picked them up, poured water on them. I said, man, hey, my dog, he knows what that championship pedigree is. And, now I got him tied up in a cage, you know what I mean? I feed him once a day. I was so hot. Hey, bro, I was ready to run through a brick wall. You know what I mean? I was just like, I came back to my team. They was like, yo, are you on like steroids or juice? I was like, nah, man, I'm just fired up. I'm motivated. And all jokes aside, like the Business Inside the Game podcast for me is to really understand who you are, what you're building, and for everybody else to see that, right? But how did you get there, right? What made you who you are, right? And then the thing that makes you who you are is also going to make you who you are in your second life.
Without a doubt.
You know what I mean? And so that's the beauty of the podcast, and you're a rock star. I mean, everybody in the office was like, man, let me take a picture. I'm like, yo, y'all got to y'all gotta chill, man. Like you were so great to everybody.
They were cool as fuck.
Oh man,
everyone was
just
cool.
Posting, sending me. Can we post the pictures? I was like, yo, chill, chill, man. Like, and Craig Smith, shout out to Craig Smith, one of my podcast co-hosts of Slick Sports Lifestyle and Coaching. He was a huge Patriot fan.
He big dude.
So he was, he a big dude, and he was like, man, I ain't gonna say nothing. I was like, you ain't gonna say nothing. I'm about to introduce you, bro. And like, just to see him like open up, you know what I mean? And like, it was almost like a peer to peer and like a real fan, like we are real fans of what you do.
I was a fan of you. Yeah. I remember you. We'll get into the games and shit, but remember we played that pickup basketball game?
Oh man, at Adam Levine house. That's when I first met you. I didn't know what you look like. You know what I mean? I just see you on the field like, damn, that little, you know what I mean? That motherfucking can go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you were just magic on the field. Then we playing at the house, and everybody like playing, like this West Side Hollywood basketball, and here's this dude flying up the court, taking off from the free throw line. I'm like, what the laying the ball up, rebounding, stealing the ball. I said, hold on, man. Like, who is this dude? Like, he gotta be somebody, right? Young. I'm like, yo. He was like, man, I'm Julian Edelman. I said, man, get the fuck out of here. I remember I was like, yo, you gotta be somebody, dog.
I get it. You made me do that. I saw Baron Davis on the court, like, oh shit, I got to show him. I got to show him how I'm not skilled, but I got to at least get a rebound.
I was like, man, who is this dude? I was like, man, who are you? He was like, man, I'm Julian. I said, damn, it makes sense. I see why you out there killing on the football field.
Yo, how did this game come to be? I got to hear about this. It's like some damn Chappelle Show stuff.
Josh.
Oh,
Josh,
okay.
You want to go play basketball?
Yeah, I used to play against Adam.
Yeah, he can
in
shoot.
Middle school.
That's crazy.
So Crossroads versus Brentwood. So we always been cool. That's the homie. Our kids went to school together. So he was like, yo, you want to come hoop? And I was like, yeah, I'm down to go hoop. You know, I need to get out and get some exercise. I didn't know you was. They didn't tell me nobody like you was gonna be there. It was like the homies. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking you like one of the homies that I don't know, a producer. So, you know, I wasn't paying attention till you start. You know, it was like. I was like, this motherfucker guarding everybody. Bro, you were literally guarding everybody on the court. I was dribbling. I was like, okay, let me pass. I'm not fucking with him.
Respect. When you got the rock, I didn't.
I was passing. Let me get out his way, bro. This dude is a Tasmanian devil out here. Bro, you took off from the free throw line and was just. I was like, yo, one, what is he doing? How did he do that? And then, who are you? like you must do something, because you're not built like these dudes. Are you a trainer? He was like, bro, I'm Julian Edelman. I said, oh my.
Hold on, Jules, we gotta throw this one up there for you. Jules,
okay,
back.
okay, Woodside.
I used to hoop.
Okay, Woodside.
Man, that was my freshman year.
Come on, man, you trying to get to the cup, and you ain't got no socks on. Go back.
I used to wear.
Remember that?
Just came in.
Yeah, look, the other dude ain't got no. Yeah.
Low cuts are
that
cool.
was the low cuts. We gotta bring the low cuts back.
Where you didn't see no socks. You used to put them up and you'd stuff your
Yeah, you
shoes
stuff
so
them
you
up.
get-
Yep.
They didn't crease.
I would roll mine down, like roll them all the way inside the shoe, and then put another sock on it so it wouldn't roll up.
How much did growing up in LA shape your relationship with the business world and the entertainment industry?
A lot. You know, I'm from South Central. I got a scholarship to go to this private school called Crossroads.
Yeah.
And
Better play soccer there.
there's a Vanity Fair article that came out, you know, a while ago, like Crossroads is Hollywood High. But for me, it was like an eye-opening experience coming from, you know, the trenches to going to like Disneyland.
Yeah.
Or going to Hollywood.
What do you mean the trenches?
So, you know, I'm from South Central, so it's like gangs, drugs, no opportunity, invisible fences, and it is, you get anxiety walking to the market to go buy groceries.
Yeah.
So you confined
Yeah.
by your neighborhood, by your gang, by the people in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
You don't get a chance to get out. So for me, I got a chance to get out and see something and see LA like I never seen LA before. Like a kid in my neighborhood would never see LA. So then, you know, kind of going to Crossroads, that shit just exposed me to like, oh, he's a producer. My dad's a cameraman. My dad does the marketing. So I was like, whoa, there's a bigger world to just the movies that I like.
Yeah.
And these people are the lawyers and the producers and, you know, the actors and actresses. And so for that, like, I really became interested, and I start realizing that, like, I am living a movie, and I'm living in this movie and this story that I'm able to see all these things. And so I was just like going to sets, going to premieres, just kind of soaking it up as a kid. Like, you want to go? Hell yeah. You want to go? Hell yeah. Like, I definitely don't want to go back home. So anything I can do to get away. And it just opened my mind up to the things that would have made me confined and ignorant had I not been able to get out, you know, the environment that I was in.
Experience.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people lack when they have judgment.
Totally.
They never experienced a certain situation, a certain culture, a certain neighborhood. And that's why you get a lot of narrow-minded people.
Totally.
So that's a crazy story.
And that's what Crossroads was. It was like I came in only knowing about being black, being hood, you know what I mean, going to church. I was limited in what I knew, and I was definitely limited as far as like knowing white people, knowing that there were white people, there were Jewish people, there were European, there were forms of white people, that there were different Asian people. You know what I mean? Yeah. And all of this started to open my mind and be like, see my homeboy and be like, just assume, you know what I mean? And now they like, no, we Korean. This is our culture. I'm like, oh, it's not all the same place. And they're like, no, right? So ignorance can become an opportunity, you know what I mean, to kind of learn and understand and grow.
To start a
right?
conversation.
If people accept that, right? And so Crossroads was kind of like, they didn't look at it as like you don't look at a dumb question. You don't look at ignorance. You look at it as an opportunity to inform and educate and give you that experience.
There's a premium on curiosity.
Yep, absolutely. I think that's, that, but I would say for athletes, that's our guiding light. Curiosity. Like, can we get there? Like, what does it look like? Like, you paint this world to get to the NBA, or you paint this world to get to the NFL, and it's like, whatever the world you painted to get there, right? Now when you get there, you got to go and like figure out what that world, you know what I mean?
Well, then the canvas turns blank again.
Yep.
And then you get to go paint more.
Paint. And
you're doing business conventions.
Yeah, business inside the game.
Yeah, business inside the game. That's your new canvas.
Yep.
You already, what people don't realize, you don't just get touched by God and you get to go to the NBA or the NFL. Like, there is a little touchness of God.
Yep.
But there is a lot of things that you have to overcome and you have to go through.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to achieve to get to that level. And the baddest dudes from our sports that go on after sports and do what they do to be successful.
Yep.
The Magic Johnsons, the Barneses, and all the like. Those guys are probably using the exact same methods that they used
to get there,
to get to where they were in basketball.
Absolutely.
And it's the more guys that probably will learn that at your conventions and your festivals, the more you're gonna have of that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like, you're gonna kill it because, I mean, you're pretty smart, dude.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I feel so much smarter anytime I'm around you.
Man.
Hell yeah.
You got me fired up. You got me ready to run through a brick wall. But, it's can we get people to understand and be motivated and confident to know what their DNA is? What is your why? And if you can apply your why, to something that you can bring value to, then at that point, like, that should be what's fulfilling.
Yeah.
Ain't the money.
No.
You know what I mean? It's the journey.
The intrinsic value.
Yeah, it's being in it. It's being in it. Being a part of something that is bigger than yourself, but being a major contributor to it. Right?
Talking about being a part of something huge, you're part of UCLA, which is probably one of the most storied organizations in basketball. Like, what was the deciding process of going to UCLA? I mean, is it because you were in LA, or is it just?
Well, I think for UCLA, it is the best university in the world. And I say that because we're always on the forefront and the cutting edge of like thinking about the world and the holistic athlete. So when you go back to Kareem, John Wooden, Bill Walton, you know what I mean? The Black Panther movement, you know what I mean? So many historical things have happened, at UCLA. And when you look at Bill Walton protesting during the whole Woodstock, right? For me, I am one of them, more so than I am a Duke guy, more so than I am a Kansas guy, right? And so it was like, I'm definitely a UCLA Bruin. I'm definitely want to be cut from the same cloth of great players, but also players who understood their voice, their value. Ed O'Bannon, right? The whole reason for NIL, right? And so to be able to be a seed or a leaf on that tree, a part of this is a lot of learning, right? And it's also a lot of wisdom and heritage that come with it. And so I want the responsibility to, if I go on to play, where do I want to be, and what type of people do I want to be around, and what badge do I want to use to represent me? And that was UCLA.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's probably like the most insightful thought from anyone I've asked to why they went to. Usually it's like, yo, they gave me the biggest bag.
I wish. I was good, though. I was in LA, so I was good.
Mr. Basketball,
good.
baby.
You said Jules has gotten you to run through like a brick wall. I feel like you're going to get me to run into a library.
Take me with you.
Yo, speaking of knowledge in UCLA, I know this was the Steve Lavin era, but do you have any good John Wooden stories and getting to meet him on campus ever?
John Wooden, he was like Yoda. I had breakfast with John Wooden in the Valley at his old breakfast spot, and he was a coach. He was he was one of us, and he was just personality. We talked about hoop. We talked about the game he liked, the players he didn't like, why he didn't like him. You know what I mean? He had this polarizing aura and pedigree, but when you met him, he was so present. And he was just like the most down to earth, right? And he was just like the coach, the teacher. Like, you felt like you understood why he was so successful.
Yeah.
Because he was so humble. And he could, and I remember I took like his book pledge. I had to raise my hand, take his pledge, but it was all based on, the pyramid of success, the pillars of education, the pillars of preparation, preparedness that leads to success, right? And just being at that breakfast, he was very funny. He was very charismatic. And he was a coach, so he wasn't holding back.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was like one of those. It was like, whoa, like, oh, okay.
You
like,
can't take it out.
Yeah.
He probably touched you, too.
Oh,
to
man.
See if you're in shape. How you doing, son?
Yeah.
Now, did you show up 10 minutes early?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're on time,
Yeah.
you're
No,
late.
I was, you have to be there.
That's insane, right? I think
it's
in
like
every
you get a
goddamn
chance to
locker
beat John Wooden. You just sitting in the parking lot on your phone, like waiting for the person that invited you to like show up so you can make sure you walk in right. But just an amazing aura and something that it's like you want to be like this as a coach, as a parent, as a boss, as just a leader, right?
Very accountable. And any time, I mean, I've been in probably 15, 16 different locker rooms. Mm-hmm. There's always a John Wooden quote somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, that he'll live forever because of that, because of the man he was and how he lived and the coach that he was. But, to hear that he was a great human.
Yeah. He didn't like tattoos, though.
Yeah, I mean,
he sweated me about the tattoos. Like, you got tattoos? I was at the time I didn't have this. I was like, yeah, I got one on my chest, on my back. I was like, this is my grandmother's name. I got. He was not feeling the tattoo era. The tattoo era athlete. And that's our culture. Like, everybody has tattoos. So
I bet you he would have changed though if he was, because he
would have had
to. He likes to win.
He would have had to. He would have had to.
He was even making Bill Walton get a haircut, like a little hair over the ears. He didn't even like that. I heard.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Oh, we used to have to shave our facial hair at UCLA.
Did you?
Oh man, before every game, Coach Michael Holden. Shout out to Coach Michael Holden. He'd come over. He'd be like, "Hey, Julian, you see me though?" Yeah, I'm saying. And dudes didn't really know how to shave, so I'm like, Coach, look. And be like, yo, you got,
Five cuts.
you got a little piece. You got a little piece. Hey, dude, you have to be booty face.
Bare knuckle Barry.
You gotta be booty. That face gotta be booty face, baby booty face. Smooth, no hair.
Jack, I want you to go back and see if we can get in those eras. If we get like a stat on anyone that had like a toilet paper cut. A lot of kids don't know how to shave. They're gonna cut themselves.
I'm gonna have to go through the footage here.
Let's segue to growing up in LA. I loved White Man Can't Jump.
Yep.
And the premise of that movie is all the runs around the city, and we all know about Rucker Park and New York. Now, what's the basketball scene in LA? In like the best basketball areas, where are those going down at?
There is none.
There is none?
Only at UCLA in the summer with the pros.
What about in the 80s and 90s?
And then you have leagues. So LA is different than New York. We don't play outside.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Which we
But-
can all year round.
Yeah, and so imagine a bunch of guys gathering at a park like New York in LA with gang culture.
You do. All right, so that's why we don't play. That's why we don't play outside. That's why we don't play outside.
But basketball is lifestyle in LA.
Hell yeah.
So it's different because even if you don't hoop, you dress like a hooper or you go to hoop games. So we play organized. You got the Real Run, you got the Drew League, you had the Say No Classic, you had AAU. So everybody kind of play indoors.
Yeah.
And so the best basketball is really like what team you can put together on the AAU side. What's the best team you can put together in the Drew or the Real Run? Like people, the mistake is people think like, since White Man Can't Jump, it's like, oh yeah, the runs are at Venice Beach. It's like, no, that's just a certain type of people, But like real hoopers don't play outside in LA. Like we don't play street ball.
When you were a kid too.
When you're a kid, you play outside on the court, but it's always indoor. You always trying to get on a team at the Y. Yeah. Like we got the most parks, gyms. We got a ton of gyms and parks, and so it was always like park leagues. It didn't happen really. LA is still not a street basketball culture, but because of that, I always wanted to play street basketball. When I got to the league, I was the first person from LA to go play in the Rucker.
Yeah. Yo. I think I remember that. You did
I
some
showed
shit.
up by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
How was that?
Oh, dude, that was like
The people know they all.
It's like a play. It's like a playoff game, intensity, but in the streets.
Hell yeah.
So it's like, man, you can make like, I can make a name for myself, and then it was also something like anybody could make a name if you had games. So it didn't matter what leagues you play in, what high level. All these were like real hoopers, guys who could have made it, didn't make it, guys who should make it and fell on hard times. But like the Rucker was like, go claim you want to claim a name, go show us what you can do in the Mecca of basketball.
And you went as a pro.
I went my second year in the pros.
Now that had the intensity goes up even higher because you're in the league.
Yeah.
It's just like anytime we go to a gym or something, everyone's sizing you up.
Oh yeah, they go boo your ass in Rucker Park
until you get them.
No, they'll boo your ass in the heartbeat. You come down the court, right? So as soon as you get in the game, they like, they go crazy, right? Because it's like a pro coming to the hood. This is a real hood. Soon as you get the ball, bro, soon as you take a dribble, they go, all the way till you coming down the court. They go, and if you pass it, they be like, man, get him off the court. So like you coming down, you hear the whole crowd like, you got to do something. If you pass that ball, they going to talk about your ass till the next time you get it. Don't let it be a consistent thing where you out there like trying to play basketball, pick and cut and pat. No, we want to see something from you, buddy. We came
to see you.
They did not come to see me,
No,
dog. They were there anyway. But now that you showed up, bro, it's got to go down.
Yeah.
You better show us something, or we going to call you sorry and every kind of name and get your ass up out of here.
You see that movie Hustle with Adam Sandler?
I saw it. Yeah.
Because isn't that what that guy was? He was like a hustler. The Spanish dude. That was a good ass movie.
Yeah, I can't remember.
We need a good new.
We need a new basketball.
We need a new
movie.
basketball, like a street
real-
basketball
yeah.
movie.
Yeah, we need it.
But it probably got to go AAU because there's no street basketball.
Yeah,
here.
we definitely need a basketball movie.
No offense to Blake, but that White Man Can't Jump remake was.
Oh man, I hate they made White Man Can't Jump.
It was.
I mean,
alright.
Jack
Yeah,
Harlow
I
out there
wanted to
hooping.
like it.
No, it wasn't a bad
wasn't
movie.
bad.
I just don't like.
Billy Hoyle and Wesley
Like,
Snipes
man,
different.
Bro, do not remake classics.
Amen.
Or
That movie could have been called Ball Till We Fall, and it would have been better for the movie than calling it
White Man Can't Jump. too.
Amen.
That's all I'm saying. It was a good movie. I thought Jack Harlow did his thing.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
did.
the other dude did his thing. But just call it something else.
What about Top Gun 2? Was that good?
That's Tom Cruise, bro. Consistent. That's a franchise.
It wasn't.
Huh?
He just made it a franchise.
He did?
Yeah, I mean,
But that's Tom Cruise. He did. Like if Woody Harrelson,
If Woody would've came and made it.
Yeah, and Wesley Snipes had kids, right, and their kids grew up like that's the
they
storyline.
played like an AAU game together.
Yeah, they playing AAU. One got hurt. You know what I mean? He start gambling. He come back. The other dude live in the suburbs. He and now you got a Woody. You got a Wesley. They meet up. They ain't no good, but they make it to the semifinals. Something like that.
Yeah.
That's
Is that
way
the
better.
movie? No.
I don't even remember.
Add to the
I
story.
don't remember the
Yeah,
movie.
I don't even know.
I remember White Man Can't Jump, though.
I mean, who doesn't?
But then, like, you make it White Man Can't
love
Jump
that.
too, and white dudes can really jump and dunk now. It's like, back in the day, it was like, oh, White Man Can't Jump was a myth. Now it's like, it's demystified. Is that how you say it?
Nah, it's just guys are training now for it.
Man, you got some dudes that can get up.
There is
Like, every white dude can dunk. So the whole movie was that
Woody
this
can
white dude can dunk,
dunk.
but he can hoop.
yeah.
But every white dude, damn near, can dunk now.
I
Yeah,
think
but
it was
they
motivation
ain't coming
for that
down with
generation
it.
of white guys to be like, oh, white man can't jump. Let us go get the strength shoes and like start
Those joints
showing
in
that.
East Bay.
So
They were
it
never East
influenced
Bay.
the whole culture of jumping white men. You know what I mean? And dunking white men.
And now white man can jump.
Now white men can jump.
Yeah.
Maybe that should have been it.
White man can jump.
White man can jump now. What else?
Now, who did you idolize when you were a kid, and that you like mimicked your game after, or was there anyone, or was it a collection of
Everybody.
guys?
Yeah, it was a collection. It was, as a kid, it was Magic, Isaiah, James Worthy. Then it was Tim Hardaway, Jamal Mashburn when he was in college.
Yeah.
Then it was Nick Van Exel when he got to the Lakers. Rod Strickland. Rod Strickland was another one. And who else? Man, I'm missing somebody that's gonna kill me too.
Michael Jordan.
Not Michael Jordan.
I'm a pattern in my game. Hey, dude, that was a failed attempt. If I saw Michael Jordan in me, that would have been a failed attempt. I was a little dude. Muggsy Bogues was another
Shout
one.
out Muggsy.
Muggsy was another one.
Stockton.
Love Stockton. And like Magic was the dude who brought, all the attention because, being in LA, you only got K-Cal, so I'm watching, all the games.
Lakers,
Yeah, I'm watching all the games. But like I would say those were the dudes that I really like. Nick Van Exel was like that dude. Like
What part of his game?
he had the bop.
What's the bop? For those?
Oh, where are you going? It's like
He used to
It's
hit
like
that all
rap
the time.
cadence. It's like, like the way Nick Van Exel moved was the way Jay-Z rap. Like skipping over beats. You know what I mean? Like you can't, like his pace is crazy. He can stop on a dime. He can go past you, stop, jump off this leg, jump off that leg, and like all doing it with the ball. So like the bop is like, oh, you know what I mean? Like you can't
speed or slow the bop now. Like you pretty much at the guard's mercy. So like Nick Van Exel had like that bop.
He had bad bop.
Yeah. Steve Smith, Smitty. That's my dog. He got a signature move, the
Yeah.
Smitty.
It's so crazy, that bop that you're talking about. it's transitioned a lot into football and route running
Mm-hmm.
at the top of routes. Guys that bop. You know, it's like almost like a crossover.
Yes.
Guys are trying to cross over
Mm-hmm.
because you got to slow yourself down because without the ball, you try to go too fast.
Yeah, totally.
But if you play like you have the ball in your hand, the ball slows you down a little. I
Yep.
mean, unless you're elite, you guys are all elite, so you guys can go as fast as you can. But
Oh, I gotta say Allen Iverson too.
and
And Stephon Marbury. I knew I was gonna get killed for some.
Starberry for sure. Stephon Marbury called me and told me I needed to come out and go to the draft. He was like, "Bro, if you have any doubt, I'm letting you know you need to be here, and now is the time for you."
3rd overall pick.
Third.
I mean, I think so. We got to thank Starberry.
Starberry.
This is a segment where we go back in time to when the game took place. This game took place May 3rd, 2007. We talk about pop culture. The #1 movie was Spider-Man 3. You see it?
I did.
Which one was this one with the
They all run together in my head. Let me see.
It feels like every time we do an episode, it's a Spider-Man movie.
It is.
Was that the one with the
Wasn't that was
Venom
That
came
was
out.
Tobey Maguire.
when he went bad, right?
Yeah.
He went bad.
And Sandman was in this one.
Sand dude.
James
Yeah,
Franco was
yeah.
in the 3rd one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was after the Green Goblin one.
Yes.
Green Goblin was
Yes.
first. No, the first
Which one was the octopus?
Well, the #1 song was "Girlfriend" by Avril Levine. Avril Levine. I remember her,
Avril
the little
Lavigne.
skater chick.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a? Well, she is, isn't she?
Yes.
A skater chick.
Yeah, no, she the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a
Wasn't there,
vibe.
wasn't there a rumor that she died?
No.
Or was that another chick?
No, she was dating Tiger or some shit like that,
Yeah,
wasn't
kind of
she?
recently. Yeah, she just.
I don't know, man. Don't let me
she
get
look
into
like
it.
right now?
I don't know who the fuck somebody dated. I apologize, Avril Lavigne. I did not mean to say that.
Queen Elizabeth comes to America to attend the Kentucky Derby.
Fire.
You ever been to the Kentucky Derby?
I have.
Kentucky Derby's pretty fun.
Kentucky Derby was a blast, except for when it rained and you got to get out and you be all dressed up. You got to kind of
It always seems like it rains sometimes
Oh,
there.
man.
I've been to a couple and it was like you had to like battle the rain.
Bro, I got so drunk.
Kentucky.
I got so drunk. Did you go to that party the night before? Where it's like,
Barnstable.
oh my god,
Bro, I did not really know what a mint julep. I'm not like a drinker.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, these motherfuckers delicious. Ooh, ooh. Hey, bro, that getting up that next day for the Derby, Tayshaun Prince.
Yeah.
He played for Kentucky, so I went with him. He was like, bro, you all right? I was like, shit. What was in that? I thought it was like lemonade.
Like like a little light Arnold Palmer. That shit was delicious.
I paid for it though.
Oh.
I definitely paid for it.
Shout out to Tayshaun Prince.
Shout out to Tayshaun Prince. One of my best friends ever, has always been there when
The Kentucky dudes love
I lose my wallet. Tayshaun like, bro, you lost your wallet. You know what I mean? Drunk at the Kentucky Derby. Hey, bro, here, take this. Get yourself right. Come on, we gotta go.
That's a real friend.
Put my tie on for the prom. Hey, man, your tie crooked. Let me get you right. Shout out to Tayshaun Prince. Man.
Tayshaun Prince. He looked like an alien. And he always had that
Yeah,
shot.
the lefty.
He
Yeah.
always had that shot.
From Compton.
Yeah. Is he from Compton?
From Compton.
There's a lot of ballers from here.
Yeah.
See, I'm a big kid. I don't know about that. No Country for Old Men premieres
Fire.
in Cannes. That was a great movie.
Fire.
All timer.
Wasn't that the gun?
Yeah.
Blow the doors open.
Cattle Prod.
Yeah. Oh, that was sick. Yeah.
Blades of Glory, Disturbia, Wild Hogs were all pop. Blades of Glory. That's the
That was the skating.
Yeah.
Remember the
Will
skating
Will
shit?
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
I am figure skating.
Will Arnett.
Remember he was running at the end and he was like skating and it was taking forever for him to get there.
Those dudes are pretty funny.
Disturbia, that was my boy Shia
That was
LaBeouf.
Shia.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Wild Hogs was with
Justin Timberlake.
Is that
no,
Tim
that
Allen?
was
Tim
that was
Allen?
the dude
And William H. Macy.
Home Improvement.
Tim
Yes,
Allen?
Tim
and
Allen.
Tim Allen.
my guy, what's my guy from
Tim Allen?
no, the dude that from Shameless.
William H. Macy.
Oh,
that's my
Macy.
dude.
Yeah.
He was like the
in
nerd
that
guy.
where they had they was like middle-aged men doing cross-country biking.
And
I never
Mark
saw
Mark
it.
Lawrence, yeah.
Mark Lawrence
He was
in
their
that.
buddy.
Oh man, that shit was funny.
I gotta check.
That
it
was a
out.
good one.
Yeah, Wild Hogs, low-key banger.
Yeah, Wild Hogs was killing.
Oh, and John Travolta. Shout out Travolta.
John Travolta was in that.
Bob Barker retired.
Damn.
From The Price is Right.
That was my show too.
Anytime you got to miss school,
Oh my god, it was on.
you be playing sick with your mom and that stuff. If you got to see Price is Right, that means everything
Oh
went
man,
through.
everything was good.
You hooked her.
That was good. I always thought, my family was one of them families that, when people come over and watch The Price is Right, like some of our cousins and aunties would go stand in line just so they can try and be on the show.
Yeah.
Never happened.
None?
Never happened. Never happened. You a kid, you like, oh man, we gonna be on Price is Right. It's like, no, we ain't. They didn't stay. Like, what happened, man? Like, nah, man, that line was too long. Or
What's the best
Come
game?
on down.
I had
Family Feud.
Family Feud.
for sure.
I used to with Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
That's
But
Not
also
Al
with
Borland?
Richard. With Richard.
The
he's-
old one.
Oh, man, he used to kiss every lady on the
Everybody.
lips. Man,
I
he
don't
used-
even remember that guy. I forgot
Richard
about
Dawson.
That. Yeah.
Richard Dawson.
Richard Dawson, yeah.
Come on,
Legend.
man. Family Feud for real.
I wrote a movie based on the Family Feud. I came up with a whole movie based on the Family Feud. None ever happened. I still got it. I gotta figure it out.
Sports World. NBA champions this year, San Antonio.
Yep.
Dirk was the MVP.
Yep.
Old Dirk. San
Incredible.
Antonio, they're kind of like us, boring.
Yeah, man. We beat Dallas, and Dallas was San Antonio's kryptonite.
Yeah, they were.
Well,
Kobe led the league in scoring. You got any Kobe stories? Where we always have basketball dudes that always give us a Kobe story.
man, tons.
Give us a good one that no one's heard.
What's a good? I mean, when I first met Kobe,
What happened?
I knew he was different. So we go over Kobe's house, tour the house, hanging out. You know what I mean? Like, yo, this is my room. Room big as this, and on this side of the wall, it's just tapes, like CD, like DVDs, tapes. I'm like, damn, bro, what's all this? I'm like, yo, you ever want to hang out? He was like, nah. I was like, yeah, go out, whatever you need, you can go to the movies, get out. He was like, nah. I was like, what do you be doing? He was like, man, I'll be sitting here watching tape. I said, man, you okay? Something wrong with you?
Bro, we 18, 19 years old.
What the hell? I'm like, yo, what the hell is wrong
What
with
tapes? Game film?
you? Game film.
Of who? His?
Who knows, bro? It's like a library of shit. I'm like, how did he get all this? He my age.
Yeah.
Bro, he is sitting there. You like, man, this was what I do. And I was like, okay, bro, you hella different, huh? He was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna go hang out.
You got good snacks. I'm going to check out the
But
snacks.
anytime, bro. Anytime you want to hang, I'm good. He was like, hey, I'm gonna be doing this.
And at that point, I knew I think it was his second year with the Lakers. Yeah, it was his second year with the Lakers, and I was just like, man, this dude is gonna be he's that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's that guy. He's
Mama
not,
mentality.
He's not interested in any of that. And then I do got a funny story. So we play. I was at UCLA. I hurt my knee. We're practicing. Now I can't practice. So UCLA team is practicing. It's the lockout year. About 8:30, Kobe walks in with his trainer. And so, everybody on the team oh shit, that, it's Kobe. It's the lockout. I was like, oh, he probably got the gym for after our practice to work out. And he came early. So he was saw the practice, walked through, very respectful, went on the side and was just shooting. I was like, damn, dude, Kobe over there. So I just start
Hobbling.
making my way over to the side. And then I'm like, Coach, can I, let me rebound for him. Ain't nobody there to rebound. So he's shooting, I'm rebounding for him. He ain't even really doing nothing. He just we just talking. Then I pass him the ball and I just do the fake closeout. And about a fourth time, throw him the ball. And it's bro, we are in a full-on one-on-one game.
Hey, bro, we was in a one-on-one game. I was like, man, I got to get this one-on-one fade. When I look up, the whole UCLA team stopped, and they watching me and Kobe play one-on-one.
And I was like, man, he beat
This
me.
is hurt, though. You're hurt.
Yeah, I'm hurt. That's the only. And we used to argue all the time. Every time we see each other, I'd be like, bro, you can't beat me one-on-one. He's like, bro, I already beat you. He's like, bro, I already beat you. I was like, come on, dog. Like, you know, I was hurt. You know, I beat you. I was like, all right. And so we were supposed to, the year I got hurt and my career ended, we had dinner in New York before, like during the Linsanity. And I was like, hey, bro, Jeremy Lin gonna bust y'all ass. I'm telling you. We was sitting at dinner. He was like, come on, yo, chill. I was like, all right, bro, I'm telling you, like, he on the road. Do not let this dude bust your ass, because I'm telling you, everybody is coming in here getting their head cracked. Come on, BD. I said, all right, dude. And so we made a bet that after the season, we were going to rematch the one-on-one game. And if he beat me, I came to the Lakers. You know what I mean? And then I was like, well, if I beat you, you know, what do I get? He was like, man, I come speak at your basketball camp.
Now,
Hey, bro. And then when I thought about it, I was like, well, you know, shit, it is Kobe.
now,
Like, my whole career is projecting on him beating me. And, like, if I beat him, he going to go speak at my basketball camp? Like,
that'd be a hell of a
come
basketball
up.
camp.
Yeah, come you call, dog.
Jackie, break down this. Let's get into these games.
All right,
break
we'll
down
run
these.
through these teams real quick. First off, the Mavs coming off a season where they lost in the finals. This is when they lost to the Shaq, D-Wade iteration of the Heat. There was some Tim Donaghy was in that series. I don't know. We're not going to get all into that. But yeah,
You know those dudes were those dudes were fucking up the games. The refs. Could you
I
tell?
always fuck with the refs. I used to always tell them they was cheating.
But, like, I didn't
you were
mean
right.
it. You know what I mean? I just
I'm
do
the
it to
same
piss
way.
him off. But
I think that's
guess-
what every athlete does. You calling the game for that? We got money on this fucking
Yeah.
game.
and then a guy like Tim Donaghy gives credo to that because like there is the one guy, so it's sort of true.
It's like, oh, cheating, yo, cheating ass. And then it's like, you know,
That's what you say to a ref when you really want to tech.
but to him, he was like, and? So what? You know,
And you get a tag.
that was kind of like his approach, huh?
And these were
I guess. He was like, all right, yeah.
This was the year Dirk won MVP, as we mentioned earlier. Some other dudes on this era, Mavs.
Jet.
Jason the Jet Terry, Devin George, JJ Barea,
Lil Barea. He was
Austin Crozier. We like Barea over
Puerto
here.
Rican.
Yeah.
He didn't play that much, but you can tell that he was going to be really good.
And then something
he he came to life the next 2 years. He started balling.
And he was. But
Northeastern guy.
then what happened? He wasn't. What did he play for? What 5 years? 4
He had
years?
a long, pretty
No,
long
he had a
But
pretty
he was
long
like.
career.
I remember when they were subbing him in when he was coming off the bench. You're like, this dude's about to be something crazy.
Yeah.
But he had a great.
He just
career.
kind of like, it just kind of, I think.
The team didn't.
He
do
just
as
got
good. I think Dirk-
When the team start not doing good, then it was like, you know, it's hard to keep. I don't know. I don't really know what happened to JJ, but I like his game. I liked his game because
Yeah,
he was
he was-
working.
He was every time we played, you know,
I get to the gym at like 4:30. He'd be in there getting his workout because I like to get
worked
to
his
the
ass
gym.
off.
Yeah, he worked his ass off.
Northeastern guy.
Northeastern.
Guy. Love that. And yeah, they re-signed the Jet prior to this year, which was huge. Dirk averaged 24.6, 8 rebounds a game. That was his MVP year. And to put it in context, they wouldn't win the finals till 2010, 2011. We had Mark Cuban on to talk about that one. So before that era, Mavs.
We had Mark Cuban on the show.
Oh
You
yeah,
got any Mark Cuban stories? You cross paths with him ever?
yeah. Mark Cuban is hella cool.
He is.
Mark Cuban is the guy.
Especially
you know,
in your
when he
world.
was young in the league as an owner, you know, and you see him out and about, he was never obnoxious. You know what I mean? He was never felt that he was bigger than you, right? And he was just he's just always been like a cool dude you can talk to, don't mind giving you advice, don't mind, you know, paying for your dinner, which they couldn't at that time, but at the same time, like, he was just like accessible.
Charming.
Very accessible and very real. And then you see like what he was doing with that team as an owner, pushing the league for certain things, you know, the team playing, the locker room, like start saying like, you know, treating the league like if it wasn't for Cuban, the league wouldn't be where it is now.
He's like an owner that was a part of the team.
He was an
instead of
innovator.
owning the team.
He like you see him now. Like he sold the team, he's still with the team.
that's
an owner entrepreneur that really care about what he doing. You know what I mean? And so, I used to hang out with him when I was in New Orleans. Like you said, in L.A., hanging out. And in the year we beat him.
Now,
he was not cool, but then the year they won the championship.
Cool.
He saw me out. He was like, yeah. He was like, yeah. I was like, hey, man. He was like, but if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't have won it. So I was like, hey.
Thanks,
Cuban, I get some credit. I'm a part of your history somehow, some way.
Can you put in context how good this team was this year for the Mavericks?
67 wins is tough.
67 wins.
67 wins.
When guys used to play.
Yeah, 67 wins is very, very tough. I mean, 70 wins is Bulls level, Jordan-esque, Warrior, great. So at 67, they were like, they lost to Miami. They should have won. They came back that year, and it was like that was the team. They were everyone's pick to win, and they were showing improving. You know what I mean? And they were just a buzzsaw. And there were only two teams that could potentially challenge them, and that was at the time, I want to say it was like Phoenix and San Antonio. But they could beat San Antonio. You know what I mean? They could beat San Antonio, and they got over the hump. So this was their year. We finally got to the finals. We had it. We, kind of like
LeBron with the
Heatles when Dallas beat them. It was like, we have it. We on our march. We about to wipe through everybody. And so, they were wiping through the entire league.
Yeah.
And before this trade, we were beating them with the team that we had. So it didn't matter. It didn't matter. When we played Dallas, for some strange reason, we beat them.
Yeah.
Don
Nelson?
Yeah, it was Don Nelson. But
he was there, wasn't he?
But it was the year before Don Nelson got there. So we had, over the last 2 or 3 years, had a great record against the Dallas Mavericks. You know what I mean? With, Mike Dunleavy, Troy Murphy, with that team. Once they got traded, we already kind of had their number. So coming into the playoffs, we were like,
you're a better team.
And we got Nelly, who just left last year, so he knows how all these people play.
Yeah.
So we weren't afraid of Dallas.
Yeah.
And we were like, yo, we are actually the worst matchup for them because we can match up with them. They cannot match up with us.
You guys were just small, fast. Everyone can shoot. Everyone can do everything.
And we can play defense.
And you guys played hard.
And we were versatile. I can guard a 2, sometimes a 3. Steven Jackson can guard 1 through 4. Yeah. Al Harrington can guard 3 through 5. You know what I mean? Andre Beatrice, we would let him just play one-on-one, against the center, right? Yeah. And then Monte, he can guard any guard, you know what I mean? So, and then Matt Barnes was versatile. Jason Richardson played 2, 3, 4, and so he was always a mismatch, right? And our goal was, if Jay Rich was playing the 4, chances are they're going to throw the ball in the post. You know what I mean? And try and, use that as a mismatch. But Jay Rich can guard the 4.
I do.
And so you're not going to kill us. You know what I mean? You're not going to kill Jay Rich faster than he about to come down the court and knock 3 threes down, and we up 12, and you got to take your 4 guy out because he can't keep up. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we are always, had an advantage to the way we played because we knew our defense was swarming, help. If there was a mismatch, we know you're going to the mismatch, so we know how to play defense out of that.
With this versatility and this defensive style team, how do you think this team would pair in this day and age, in this era?
Oh, we would kill.
You guys would have killed.
Oh, we would kill.
Because you got guys that could cover everyone.
Yeah, because we there's still a matchup problem at every position.
Yeah.
And so I always say I like this Warrior squad versus any team in this era because, point guard, if we Trey Young, Monte could guard him, you know what I mean? Or I can guard him. Probably. I don't like guarding little dudes. But it's we match up against a Boston well. We would match up against a Denver well, right? But they would also have to match up against us, where you got guards that can get downhill, dunk on you, guards that can pull up. You got 3, 4, 5, you know what I mean? where it's 6'8", 6'9", and they can shoot the three, and we're not afraid to guard.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, Al Harrington was super important for us because he was, like, a three playing the five. But he was really like a three.
Now, Jack BD just freaking set the stage for the team. Jack, why don't you clean it up for him if you...
So entering this one, we talked about it earlier. Golden State was hot, 16-5 over the last 21. Had to win on the final game of the season in Portland to get in, win and get in. I mean, it was like, I was reading earlier, Baron, being the party in the locker room looked insane after that game in Portland. Like,
oh man, it was crazy. It was crazy.
It looked wild. And then go into Dallas, punch them in the mouth in game one.
Right away.
Set that tone that, oh shit, like we might be in for a series here. Beat them by double digits. Dallas responds. Dirk wakes up. Then in game 3, Barron and Jay Rich combine for 54. Get them right back. Get that 2-1 lead. Drop game 4. We drop game 4 or game 3. No, hold on.
Game 4.
Game 4 we win again.
Yep.
Game 5, Dallas comes back. Dirk finally looks like himself after like being off all series. So then we're going back to the Bay for game 6, our game right here today. And like this thing is just absolutely rocking. Like it looks like a college atmosphere in there. Baron, you get a little bit tweaked up in the first half.
Yeah, I pulled my hamstring.
You had to go back to the locker room for a minute.
Yeah.
What'd you do? You take a shot of Toradol?
Nah, man, I just wrapped that. It was just the adrenaline. I just wrapped it, and I was on. I was back. I didn't, I was like, I had to finish that game. I had invited Cade Hudson, Snoop, Jessica. I was like, yo, we gonna close this shit out. I invited all my friends. I was like, yo, we gotta make this like a thing. You know what I mean? And so
Woody Harrelson
was there. But that him and Nelly were good friends too.
Oh hell yeah!
So I invited all my friends and like from LA, and that's why we got Snoop in a Warrior jersey, a Laker fan.
You know what I mean?
That's
and
how you know it was powerful.
Yeah, it was like
We
one
Believe,
of the things.
like we already talked about it, but that was insane. Now, when did you guys know at what point of this game did you're like, we got this?
At no point. I would say the fourth quarter. Because, halftime.
Halftime.
Because I think I hit a half-court shot at halftime.
Yeah. You were hitting some crazy, like everything.
There was one where
so
you missed the handle, you got the ball back, and you shot a three.
All that shit was happening, dude. It was like, bro, I got a pulled hamstring. You know what I mean? It was like I was saying, it's like we were starting to, we were peaking, but we were at the moment of like, we ain't gonna never get no rest. You know what? Like we're not getting a rest. Yeah. It was no rest.
Yeah.
And so we were like almost like when you're at that point of exhaustion where you're still in the zone and you can just like you're just there in a moment. I think that's where we were. And
that's the hardest thing. To catch.
Being up 3-2 and they had just won game 2, we were struggling the first half and they were up the entire first half. And so we were just trying they were playing really good basketball. We were playing good basketball, but they were better than us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They just had more depth. They were bigger and
it's just like that. It almost like it had clicked because they came off the win. First half, they about to go in the first half with the lead and like feeling like they were in control. You know what I mean? Where we could have been like, oh shit, like the pressure's on us to not lose this game. And I think that in the first half, we was just fighting. And then I think when I hit that half-court shot, it was lucky.
Spark.
It was lucky, but I ran to Peaches. I was like, yep, I told you I was going to do it. This is our game. And you see me clapping in his face like, this game is going to work for it. This is ours. This is our moment. If I hit some shit like that, bro, that means like, the lid is open, you know what I mean? Like the lid is open. We came out in the third quarter and we were just like gangbusters, you know what I mean?
Everyone was hitting everything.
Everybody. Jay Rich was setting that shit off.
Rich, Barnes was dunking on dudes.
Yeah. Stack caught
What's
fire.
up with the handshake?
Oh man, that was the funniest thing ever. So, Steven Jackson had got into some trouble. So him and Matt, I don't know how it happened, but they decided during the starting lineup that when Steven Jackson came out, that Matt was going to frisk him. And so we do it game 1, and then it was Nelly comes after we win, he's like, all right, guys, I got some bad news. We were like, what, man? All right, I was talking to the league. They talking about if we do that again, the frisking thing, the frisking got to go. All right, they going to kick some, they going to suspend us for a game or whatnot. Some shit like that. Everybody was like, oh, come on, dog. That's our thing.
That's
like,
some NFL shit.
They were like,
no fun.
Now let's name this game. What's the name of this game? The We Believe game. See ya, Dirk. Don Nelson's Revenge. This one's for Don. Or is there a name that you got?
I would say the We Believe game.
We Believe game.
And Don's Revenge, right? Because for him,
Big smoker.
it was a full circle moment.
He's a big smoker, I heard. Let's score this game. Is this the greatest game of all time? Let's score it. Stakes 0 to 10 decimals okay. Stakes of this game.
The stakes of this game was at all-time high. I would say, you got to say it's a 9 because it's a closeout game.
I mean, we've had Game 7 championship games on this show. We've had Super Bowls. We've had repeat Super Bowls. But I get it. All right, 9.
For us to get out the round.
No, yeah, I'm going to go 7.9. It's Game 6, baby. Star power. We got Jessica Alba there. We got Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, man.
We had Snoop in a Warriors jersey.
This is the first time the Bay ever had, like, celebrity and Hollywood star
So
power.
you brought the celebrities.
10.
He goes 10.
Give my 10, baby.
Star power.
Styles P was there. Too Short was there.
Too
Mr.
Short.
Fab. It was all, like, the Bay Area legends was out.
Gameplay. Let's go to gameplay. 0 to 10.
10.
10. The name of the game. The We Believe game.
We Believe game.
What's the score of the name?
What's the score of the name?
You got to score the name out of 10.
10. It was the greatest game in.
Heck yeah.
Your scores, Jules.
My score, star power. I will go. How many Hall of Famers on the court?
Right now, shit, just Dirk.
Just Dirk, I think, right now.
That's it.
I got to go with the 8.2.
Okay.
Gameplay, it was back and forth, 9-1. The name, it's a good name. I'll give it a 8-4.
Don Nelson's in the Hall of Fame, though, too. Correction, sorry.
Oh, yeah, 2.
It's still an 8, though.
8.13.
Where's that rank in all our games that we've done?
Low.
Oh, that's some great
Just
fucking
above the
games.
21,
We've
31
done
game.
crazy games, bro.
Oh, my
And
God.
just below the Stanley Cup Final 2011, Game 7, Bruins Canucks.
Just below.
Solid.
Not bad.
I mean, this was the foundational game.
How's the Patriots Chiefs number 1?
We're a little biased here.
Love that.
I'm just fucking around.
It was.
Well,
you want to know why?
there. Where's the game when the Patriots cheated the Raiders? Is what I want to see.
That, we haven't done
The
that
Tuck Rule
yet.
game? We haven't done that
the
one yet.
Tuck Rule game yet.
We gotta do that one.
Cheaters.
We might
bro.
do it this week.
Fucking cheaters.
What are you talking about? That was the rule.
Come on, yo.
Even when the quarterback is bringing
No,
the
we
ball
had
up,
instant replay back then.
we did.
No, we did not have the rule where you can resend the call.
I was a Raider fan at that time,
Thank
bro.
you, bro. I know.
I appreciate you coming on, bro.
It's full up out of here. Get this Raider lumber up out of here.
Nah.
I get it, bro. I get it.
Hey,
There's some good games up there,
We've
yo.
had some fun games. You have anything else to plug?
Man.
Well, you got time constraint. I gotta get you out. You got to call and shit.
No, I got business inside the game. BigSummit.co.
And the pod,
Slick Talk.
Slick Talk, which is
Yeah.
awesome. You guys got to check it out.
And then other than that, man, I'm just coaching flag football with my kids.
What's your flag football team name?
We are the Buccaneers.
Buccaneers.
6-time champions, bro.
6-time.
Flag football. Hell yeah, we don't play around.
I talked to the kids on the Wi-Fi or on the FaceTime. Remember?
Yeah, hell yeah.
They had football practice.
Yeah, they
love it.
Yeah, we had practice just last night. We got practice tonight.
Heck yeah.
We miss anything, Jackie?
No, we were pretty darn good.
I got an album I'm dropping under with a artist Bart Oatmeal. So like a whole like music situation. Start doing that, making music, building out artists. So Bart Oatmeal.
Bart Oatmeal?
Yep, download
One of my favorite
it.
cookies.
Yeah, get a bowl. We make cookies and music.
My guy.
My dog.
We are back. We just had to let Baron Davis go. He had a very important business.
Did you fire him?
No.
He's a busy man.
He's busy. I mean, he had one meeting to another meeting. He's got a lot of stuff going
He's
on.
Electric.
Oh my God.
He's electric.
Recall. Oh my God, the stories.
His delivering ability is amazing.
And any man that's a fan of wild hogs is a friend of our podcast.
I ain't never seen it.
I know what we're
I gotta
doing
go
tonight.
watch it now, though. Now, are we gonna get back into?
We gotta clean up a little.
Let's
bit of
clean
stuff.
up some of the stuff.
We were going.
Let's set the stage for the Warriors. We didn't get to go on that, even though he set the
He
stage.
touched a
He
lot
did.
of it, but
He
let's
hit
just-
every player that we were talking about.
He did.
I wanted to get in Steve Jack. I wanted to get.
know.
Stack and Matt Barnes. Yeah,
I know.
we just gotta say the names of the people. You just gotta say them.
We gotta. We gotta talk. We
Fun
didn't talk
facts.
much. Monte Ellis. This was a team of Steven Jackson, Al Harrington, notably
He
acquired.
said Monte Ellis was like the best guarder.
He was a beast.
Was he saying
bro.
that?
I think he did say something
something
along
along
those
those
lines
I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy flashing times.
of how electric he was. Because I even liked him on the Steph Warriors. Like early in that day, I was like, Monte's got him. Like they should go with Monte. Like that is a very cold take. Now it didn't age very well, but like I loved his game.
People loved Monte.
He's a beast.
Also, Jules, you said that when you grew up a Warriors fan, that they were always pretty bad, and this was the first time.
This
that
is
there
the
was
first time.
Yeah.
This is the first time I remembered.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean-
I remember as a kid. What year was Sprewell when he choked out the coach? I just remember that because my parents used to watch the local news. I remember seeing it on the local news.
That was Spree was in Golden State from '92 to '98. Longer than
Yeah.
I thought.
No, he was there. Spree was there.
I think by the time I was coming into being a hoop head, he was a Nick at this point. So I was.
I like Sprewell, though.
He's a beast, bro.
Because he was the only star that I really remember as a kid. I was real young, and I was like, everyone like if you're a casual fan in basketball at that time, you like watch Michael Jordan.
Right.
I mean,
But you were no casual, baby.
I was more of a 49er Giant fan.
And then these guys were third on
And the
your-
San Jose Sharks.
I went to one San Jose Shark game.
Can I just
at
say-
the Cow Palace?
Dude, the Cow Oh my God. We need to do an episode just talking about the
my
Cow
dad,
Palace.
we couldn't figure out how to get there, so we missed the first two periods. And so that was like, by the time we left, the experience of going to the hockey game was so scarred that like we just kind of dropped out of hockey.
Maybe one of the best names of any arena ever.
This
The
is
Cow
it's the
Palace.
Shark Tank.
No, the Cow Palace they were building
The Shark Tank.
the Shark Tank or whatever, and they didn't have a place to play, so the Cow Palace where they have all like the flea markets and shit.
Like
Pretty tight.
The cattle like shows.
Which also, can I just because it's my thing. You blew right past the NH. This is the time of the NHL when we were in 2007. You blew past the Anaheim Ducks, won the Stanley Cup, and Sidney Crosby won the Hart Trophy. Just
Natural topics to talk about with Baron
blasting
Davis.
through. But Wild Hogs.
Hey,
Oh,
That was you.
we
must
knew he was a
talk- we
hogsman.
must
He's a
talk-
hogsman. I knew he would be.
All right. Anything else in these
Pause.
Warriors? They started terrible and they really finished the season.
They
strong.
turned it on. Everybody got healthy
Traded
at
for
the right
Stack.
time. Traded for Stack after he had a little incident outside the Gentlemen's Club in Indy. We won't get into that. The We Believe, baby. We
love
believe.
Stack.
We love Stack. It took over the city.
My dog.
Took over the city. Yeah, we got to get him on here at some point.
We got to.
He's a beast. He was balling out in this series, this game
So
too.
and Barnesy, I saw Barnesy dunking on dudes.
Bro, the up tempo, like
all
it
the
was
threes
wild.
too. First game?
They probably would have been a problem in this day and age.
Yes.
Something I have noticed that all the guys from this era we've talked to, they were like, "No, we were the Warriors back then."
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's true.
So maybe everyone was the Warriors in the
Before the-
2000s.
yes.
Yeah.
It is a little bit of like,
But watching this game, there was a lot of threes.
It was
we,
fun.
We kind of nailed the lead up already.
when this was also, Jules, you mentioned how trash the Warriors were in your younger days. This was a 13-year playoff hiatus.
Drought.
This ended it.
Yeah.
Back to the Run TMC days.
Run TMC.
That was the last playoff win for these guys back in '91. So, and then 13 years since they'd even been in
That's
the playoffs.
crazy, bro.
Much less win the series. Crazy.
I just remember the Warriors always stinking.
I know.
And then they got hot, and then I left.
And you became a Celtics guy, thank God.
Well, what year was this? This was 2007.
2007,
I was
yeah.
in college, and then I got far. And then at that time in my life, LeBron was just coming out.
right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're
and
in
I was in
Ohio
at
Northeast
the time.
Ohio. He went to Cleveland. He was from Akron. I mean, I remember I went to the Chapel Hill Mall, picked up a pair of them brand new sneaks. That is the first ones. I was like, man, LeBron's tight. He's like my age,
That was
dominating.
crazy. And to be in Ohio at that time, I can't
You know
even
what I
imagine.
mean? And so then I got drafted to Boston, and you know, I started going to the games, and you know, the Warriors kind of were starting to get good at that time as well. But then I started making relationships with guys on the teams, and you know, and then it becomes, you know, that's all you see.
No, I like that.
And you're not. No one's staying up until like 12 o'clock to watch a Warriors game.
No, I mean, we
on
love
the
Steph.
East Coast.
Come on now. No, it's ridiculous. I'd rather sit courtside of the Garden anyways.
God,
All right, want to give us a high level on this game, Jack?
buying beers for the whole section.
Down in front.
Getting everyone to.
I love that. Yeah, so the game we touched on with Barron a little bit. We had to speed through it. It was really a story. Like the third quarter was really the pivotal moment of this one. It was one of those classic playoff third quarter onslaughts. Just couldn't miss. Ended up outscoring them 36
Buzzer
to 50.
beater at halftime.
Buzzer
by
beater
BB.
at half. That was a big mo changer that I'm glad he brought up and we had time to talk about. That was huge. And we saw Barron. I mean, we were watching the highlights out on the patio before this. Barron's hitting these one-legged sidestep threes. Everything was going in. The tempo was
Pulled
crazy.
his hammy too.
Pulled the hammy, and he still comes back, pulls a Willis Reed. Donnie Nelson was throwing a little bit of a zone action at the Mavs just to throw them off because they were undersized and scrappy, and he knew, you know, the tendencies of the Mavs better than anybody because he kind of assembled this team, and he's coaching against his protege, Avery Johnson. And then the fourth quarter, we held on. After there was a little skirmish in the second half too, which we love. Love a little playoff fight, getting a little chippy.
Who was in it?
I think it was Stack.
Love that.
BD, and Jet.
mean.
Let me double check.
Tough.
All right, final score.
Final score in this one, 111-86. Barron finishes with 20, 10, and 6 assists. Leads him into that second round, which nobody thought would ever happen. Nobody. Which leads me to one of our bigger regrets, my biggest regret of the episode.
What?
I wanted to talk about that dunk over AK-47.
I know, we didn't even get-
in
you know
the
what that
next
means?
round.
Come back.
Come
Get him
back.
because he even said it off camera. I don't even. He may have said it on.
Yeah, I think he mentioned it once, and I was like, Dad, tell us about everything, beat by beat. I want to hear it all.
I wanted to get. That's
shirt.
why I wanted to see what the pat down was because I
Yeah,
remember that.
that
Patton
was
was
good.
awesome.
That
That
was
was a
good.
great question.
And that was part of S Boys. Shout out S Boys.
Yeah, shout out Spence and the guys. No, that was awesome. I just wanted to. That might be one of the best dunks in playoff history for my money.
Yeah, he.
You want me to hit the aftermath?
Yeah,
here
let's
real quick?
do it up. Yeah.
This was the first upset of a number 8 seed over a number 1 seed in a 7-game playoff series. It's worth noting that it had been done before, but that was when the NBA was doing 5-game series. First by the Seattle Supersonics by Nate McMillan back in the 86-87 season. That was also against the Mavs, funny enough. Then it also happened with the Knicks in 99 when they beat the Heat in the first round. And then since this game, it happened in 2011 when the Grizz beat the Spurs in the first round. And then I don't even want to talk about this team. Last year, the Heat did it against the Bucks in the first round. And then
Bucks are out
ended
now
up-
too again.
Yeah, out now again too. So it's
And this Mavs team was the first and
Are
only
you
team.
are you Bucks fan, Jackie?
no, but that Heat team went on to beat us in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Oh God, we showed them though this year.
This Mavs team was the first and only team with an 800 regular season record
Yep,
to lose in the first round.
insane. 67 games and losing. It's just
Winning
nuts.
percentage.
Yeah, winning percentage. And then famously, Dirty Dirk, as we call him on this podcast, we say it affectionately. Dirty Dirk launched a trash can at the wall inside the arena on the way to the locker room, and apparently it went 15 feet up onto the wall. So much that they made a little note on the wall inside the tunnel there. Dirk was pissed.
Man, well, you got to think about it. You know, he's only going to throw it 2 feet higher than what he's at. So like that's cool and stuff, but like that's like if I were to get it to like the top of the door.
Very true. He's starting with a high base there.
He's literally
The
7'2".
The launch angle.
I was thinking about it. I mean, you look there, and you're like, man, well, he's 7 feet, so he's probably about that. He lifts his arm up. That's another 1.5 feet.
It's
And
crazy.
the trash can's 3 feet.
Yeah, I was like, not that impressive, Dirty Dirk. Come
on,
still love you
Dirk.
though. Let it fly, baby.
He's German, right?
This is a
Yeah.
German.
Is that German?
Oh, yeah, I'm so German, yeah.
It's what German sagt.
Oh my god.
The German are very particular with how they engineer their NBA basketball player.
I think you did your dirt to Cuban when he was on.
Did I?
I think so. I think he liked it. I don't know. We'll have to check the tape.
Idiots. Check the tape. I'm sure he scored the impression of 10.
I give it a 10. A 10.
Hey, I mean, the score we got today. Come on, BD.
BD. He likes.
He's so lucky there was a time constraint because I was. He'll hold me back.
Hold me back. I think he likes Varsity Blues just like us, baby. I give it a 10. A 10.
All right, legacy here. Let's get some of these.
Where did Oracle rank amongst the craziest atmospheres?
Did you ever get to go to a game at Oracle?
I didn't go to a game at Oracle, but I went to the Oracle Arena. It was Oakland, yeah.
Yeah, right there in Oakland. I mean, it was.
I went to a few concerts there. I went to like a Too Short concert.
Heck yeah. Short Dog.
Or I went to like one of those summer jams.
Oh, nice.
I think they used to have them out there, like 106 KMEL.
You and Curdy out there?
I think so.
Dude, that's so sick. I wish I'd been
I
there.
went to a Mariah Carey concert there.
Was that the one where you got to meet her backstage?
Yeah. That was
Oh,
tight.
and take the picture?
We're gonna have to show this picture.
We'll have to show the picture. All right. Drop it in there.
Oracle, more like Boracle.
Like Roracle.
Oracle.
Oh my
Shit
god,
used to get wild though.
bro!
It looks pretty cool.
They were saying in the aftermath. I was trying to find the footage of it, but came up a little short. They said Mikhail Petrov there, who we talked about a little bit. Barron got up in his face after that three. Was trying to crowd surf in the crowd after this game. Like, when do you ever hear that happen in an NBA game? A player crowd surfing? It's like it's a damn Van Halen concert.
Mouse in the
Hey,
Palace.
Vego's a little different, man.
Does Mouse in the Palace count?
Not if the body is unconscious, falling down the stairs. I don't know if that counts. But Stack was at both. Stack was there for both.
Jules, question for you. You know, this is the We Believe game. In your opinion, which is better, We Believe or Gotta Believe?
Ooh.
I don't know. It probably was in the subconscious because I lived through this. We believe. Gotta believe. I like the we.
We is better.
Yeah. It's the
But-
whole city.
Gotta Believe won a championship. We Believe lost in the second round of the playoffs.
You think that's where Dola got it from? Like he was a Bay Area guy? Huh? Is that where Dola got it from, you think? I'm just kidding you. I'm
Look
just
at
kidding you.
Dola thinks he's get out of here. Where's that new fucking picture?
Oh, Batman, Robin Dola.
All right. We miss anything,
Oh,
Jackie?
yeah. Hold on. We
missed a lot of things,
We missed
but-
a lot of things, but we were having fun, man. That's all that matters. At this game, I didn't realize BD was the reason for a lot of these stars being in the crowd. The Kate Hudsons of the world,
Jessica
the Woodies,
Alba.
Owen Wilson. I didn't realize he was responsible.
Dude, he
Snoop,
in a Warriors jersey.
that's crazy.
I mean, Snoop showing up in a different jersey is not the most craziest
Right,
thing in the world.
right.
LA Bay. It is a little different.
True.
You don't
Yes.
understand.
No, that's true.
But it is worth
See,
noting.
he bridges
Yeah.
communities.
We
man.
love Snoop.
We were talking about it the other day that Snoop Dogg transcends fandom.
Yeah.
Because that motherfucker wears that Penguins jersey like a fucking icon.
Well, he likes Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
He does.
The Gin and Juice music video is wearing a Penguins jersey.
He's friendly with He's friendly with the Pats.
Who isn't friendly with Snoop Dogg? Now.
No, I don't know.
Anyway.
I don't know.
Anything else?
Yeah, it's worth noting. Also at this game, Carlos Santana,
Carlos and
legend, and
Love Carlos.
Ronnie Lott was in the building sitting courtside. The legend and Alex Smith
Cut
back
his
in
finger
his
off.
Niner days.
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith, he was there wearing a vitamin water hat. I was looking at the pictures.
I wonder if he got stock.
I don't know. Maybe back in the day. I hope so.
He's not that guy, pal.
That vitamin water Triple X was hitting back then.
Dude, I love
You're not that guy, pal.
You're not that guy, pal.
Those were the big points I think we didn't quite hit that I wanted to make sure we crowbarred in there. But
Cool.
man, and Don Nelson coached the Mavs 97 to 05, so that's why he had all the intel.
Yeah, but
he's
BD
a
said
legend.
it was even before them.
Yeah, that was wild to me. I forgot that part.
He said before
Donnie.
Don even got there, we had their number.
That's sick.
That and confidence goes a long way in basketball. Those
Oh, big time, and Big Mo, and being hot and catching a team at the right time. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, for a while, the Warriors were so bad before this. Was it before? What was Chris Wepper in the league? A little before this?
Yeah, he was in the league at this time, but he wasn't. Let me see.
But when those Kings teams were hot.
Yeah, that was
'Cause
like.
I had an aunt that lived in Sacramento, and they used to do the cow thing at their stadium.
Oh yeah, the cowbell. He retired in 08. So this
yeah.
was like right up in the end of his
So
career.
like he was like late 90s.
Yep.
Like I remember I loved watching them because they won.
Yeah, and they also were
I
kind
didn't
of a
have
gotta
Kings
believe
gear or
team.
anything. I had Warriors gear, but like Warriors were fucking terrible for a long time.
Oh man, I mean,
They were bad.
you lived through it, unfortunately.
So and then the expansion team, they were the Kings. They were expansion, I think. Then when did they come around? 95, 4.
They were the Rochester Royals before that, and then 85 they moved from Kansas City to Sacramento.
Was it 85?
Yeah, Kansas City Kings from 75 to 85. Crazy, right?
But
Cincinnati
then it took them
Royals
10
before
years
that.
to get it going. Whatever. I
Yeah.
just don't. I remember they got a new stadium or something. I don't fucking know.
All right, let's.
So what do we got now?
Let's toss it to our post guest segment now.
Let's go post-guest segment.
Man, Baron rocked.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
awesome.
snap,
What an
we're back.
episode! Let's do this post guest segment.
What a guy.
Yeah, old Baron. He's interesting, man. He's funny.
Got to get old Baron back in
Really
here.
good cinema knowledge.
Oh, my God. A cinephile indeed.
Also, we talk about simulations.
Mad, what is it?
Wild Hogs.
Wild Hogs 2.
Wild Hogs 2.
Wild Hogs 2.
We got to weasel our way in there somehow.
I texted him that picture. He said, we should definitely get in it.
Maybe we could do a prequel.
We should get in it.
Nobody rides harder for the Hogs than us, man.
All right, what are we doing here, Jack?
We are doing, in honor of Baron Davis, and we're in NBA playoff mode right now, we are blind ranking 5 of the best NBA finals moments of all time. That means I will present you with a moment, Jules. You don't know what's coming next, and you will rank the moment 1 through 5 without knowing what's coming next.
All right.
So 1 might be the best one, but if you put it at 5, something better might, you know what I mean?
All right.
So, you know those things. It's like the TikTok trend.
Whoa,
what's this?
whoa. What's going on here?
Oh my God,
What
we
is
got a
this?
special guest.
Larry?
Larry? Not
Welcome
Bird.
to the Nut House,
Larry
Larry.
O'Brien trophy is in the building.
Oh, Larry O'Brien.
Let's go, baby.
Larry.
The trophy has made an appearance.
In the little old nut house.
Coming to see us, man.
The basketball guys make it look so small.
29.9 pounds.
29.9.
Big boy. Big boy.
I heard it's sterling silver with a 24 karat gold covering.
You heard right. Tiffany?
Tiffany?
Whoo-hoo.
Sheesh.
Pretty sweet.
You see the net? I never knew that was like the net.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
The
think
details,
about that.
man. That's so sick.
That's tight.
That is so sick. We got to flick it up afterwards with this. Makes me want to light up a cigar like old Red and hoist that thing.
We got a cigar, right? We got a picture for a cigar.
You got to be somewhere in here. I don't know.
We'll see.
This is a smoke-free environment.
This is true. It's for the look. We
It's
don't let it.
California, dude. Can't smoke indoors.
Hey, the Boston Garden was in a smoke-free environment for
Not when
over
Red
an hour
was
bar.
there. Not when Red was there.
No, when Red was there.
Should we get it with
All right.
Larry joining us, talking about great finals moments? Should we get into these, Jules?
Let's get into it.
The first moment I will present you with is 1970 NBA Finals. A hobbled Willis Reed returns to help the Knicks win Game 7 against the Lakers.
Ooh.
Where are we putting that 1 through 5?
Putting that 5.
Number 5. It's a little
I'm not
before
a
our
Lakers
time.
or a Knicks fan.
Nah, we're a Boston Celtics podcast.
No, we're not, Jack. You've been going crazy on our Twitter with all the Boston shit.
Hey,
All these Bruin
I'm in
memes.
playoff
It's
I'm
too
with
much.
you, Jackie.
I got
It's
playoff
It's too
fever.
much.
And I'm a homer.
I got a Western and Eastern team.
All right. Well, the Warriors ain't in it anymore, so
Sounds like
we got to ride for our dogs.
like
Larry's here with us right now.
Larry is here.
And we're just keeping him warm for JT and JB, baby.
Hey,
And KP. We're keeping him warm for you.
they could literally have this at the end of the year.
Talk.
I'm hoping.
Oh, I'm praying, hoping.
I'm coming back from Brazil, and I want to go to a Celtics game. I want to sit my feet right up on that floor and just tickle that hardwood and watch the boys take one down.
Brother, if they give you an extra seat, I'm coming with you.
You bet your sweet ass
Just
you
sit
are.
on his
On the
lap.
wood.
You could sit on his lap.
Hey, I'm down. If I'm in the building.
Kyler, lap joke, he.
Too bad I didn't think it was a joke. I'm serious. I would do it. The next moment I will present you with is, Jules, Kyrie Irving clutch fadeaway 3 in Game 7 of the 2016 Finals, right in Steph's eye. Remember that one?
Yeah. I'm gonna put that 3.
Number 3. That was a great
Kyrie
moment.
is. I just also have Kyrie high right now because he's finishing like he's
He and
probably
Luka
the
or something
sickest
right now.
finisher I've ever seen.
The left-handed run.
He's
anything.
the funnest player to watch.
I want to hate him, but the on-court performances speaks
Dude,
for itself.
he could think the world is flat the way he balls.
We'll let him slide on that one. Maybe not the other stuff. 1990. The next moment I will present you with is the 1997 NBA Finals. Michael Jordan's flu game to sink the Jazz in Game 5.
Is that the push-off, too? Did he do that?
Some say, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that's.
Was it a hungover? Was he got the flu?
I mean, that was like in the heat of when I was watching basketball as a kid.
For sure. Is an all-timer.
That's a one.
That's number one, baby.
That's one ski.
The next moment I will present you with is from the 1987 NBA Finals, Magic Johnson's junior skyhook in Game 4, late in the game to put the Lakers ahead and beat the Celtics. They'd go on to win this series 4-2.
Yeah, I never liked the Lakers. I like Magic Johnson, but that's a 3 spot.
That's
Also, just spent the night in the Forum.
We were just at the house that
we were
Magic
in the
built.
Forum.
We were there.
There's some great pieces of some photos in those hallways.
A lot of history in that building.
A lot of history.
Jack had some great jokes that definitely got cut, and we shouldn't say right now.
Nah, we won't say
They were cut for a reason. And then the last moment from the 2016 NBA Finals, LeBron's chase down block in Game 7. Remember that one?
I do.
Oh,
He used to do that all the time. Too,
Oh my God, yeah.
Early in the career,
Objects in rearview mirror may be closer than they appear.
I went to Chapel Hill Mall, bought me some LeBrons back in the day. This is
The Zoom Soldiers
in
back in the day.
Akron, Ohio.
Oh, those are classic. That was back when LeBron was wearing the
That's 2P, right?
The
That's
sleeve.
2P.
Yep, that's 2.
I'll give 2P. Look,
like
see, that's how it should be.
Pretty darn good list.
You know, MJ 1.
MJ 1, we went Kyrie
LeBron.
2.
No,
We went LeBron 2.
LeBron 2. Kyrie 3.
Kyrie 3. Willis
Magic
Reed
4.
5. Magic
And
4.
Willis Reed.
Well, there you go.
Oh my God. Willis reminds me of a terrible joke that we won't tell because we have Larry here.
We got to respect Larry.
That's right.
Got to respect Larry.
Very respectable blind ranking.
But Chris Long knows what I'm talking about with Willis.
We'll have to ask him when he's back
Chris
on the pod.
Long, you know what I'm talking about, Willis.
Green light, green light.
I've got one question for Larry. I wonder what his favorite home is.
The next one.
The next one. The next one. Hell yeah.
Tom Brady.
Well, that was awesome.
What an episode.
Larry.
Thank you,
Larry.
Oh, Larry.
Maybe the best guest we've had in the Nut House in some time.
It's up there.
Until we get Stanley.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Boo.
What an asshole. This guy.
Oh, my gosh.
But what a game. Thanks again to Baron
And Larry.
and Larry.
Thank you, Larry.
Larry, thanks for coming and stopping by the set.
We
the
love
Nut
you,
House.
Larry.
We love it. They keep that bad boy shiny.
Seriously. See
They
the
came in,
reflection
dropped
of
it off with gloves. I honestly feel like I'm not at liberty to touch this thing.
I know. I had the same feeling. Luck. It's a weird, superstitious thing.
And I've already been holding it.
We'll cut that if the Celtics lose next round.
Stop.
Don't even put that out in the ether.
That's been another episode of Games with Names. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. Comment a game you want us to do. And remember,
Rate and review.
rate and review, baby. Jackie with the
Harmonizing.
vocals. Remember to follow Games with Names on YouTube, Instagram, X, TikTok, and Snapchat. Leave a message on the hotline bling at 424-291-2290. We'll see you guys next week.
Before we wrap it up, just a big thank you to Larry and his team and the NBA.
Larry O'Brien, thank you.
This is awesome.
And we can't wait to see you back in Boston this year. It'll be really cool to see you in the garden.
Let's go, C's.
Hell yeah.
Let's go, C's.
What an honor.
What an
Thank
honor.
you,
Go,
guys.
Larry. Let's go.
Games with Names is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.